Okay, guys, welcome to Tea with Mike, episode 37 with Jonathan, aka Jonesy. Today's crazy, cool, and fresh tea fact is placing tea bags on your eyes can reduce swelling and puffiness. If you place two steeped tea bags on your eyes, it can help reduce the dreaded dark circles and puffy red eyes, and also soothe your face. And this comes from collegefashion.net. So, hey man, welcome to the show.
That's a pretty cool fact, you know. I might do that sometime. Hey, no, thanks for having me, mate. It's been a long time coming. We announced this back in August, I think. But
Yes.
we've done it. It's cool.
And then just crazy schedules in the world. But now we're doing it, so let's make it a good one. So welcome to the show. Do you want to tell the world a little bit about you and some of the cool things you do?
Of course, yeah. My name's Jonezy. I'm a rap artist from Leicestershire in England, where I live, and been rapping for about 8 years. Pretty much what I like to do in my music is to spread positivity and pretty much making sure everyone has a good time and just enjoying the show. One of the things I do live is I like to give a lot of energy. It doesn't matter what size audience it is. I just give it 110% because, you know, everyone is out there to see the show. So you've got to always give it every single show 110%. 10%. So yeah, sometimes I get my words a bit mixed. But no, and also other cool facts. I like to play golf. Golf is my favorite sport.
So, what is the smallest audience you played to, and what's the biggest audience you played to?
Well, the smallest audience is is 3. It's the sound engineer, the bar staff, and the doorman. No one turned up.
That's cool. They had their own private show. It's a memory that they'll think about, like that time when I was working. I was getting paid to go to a private concert.
Yeah. Also, my biggest audience is potentially going to be about 6,000-7,000 people. I performed like a Christian event in my hometown called Leicester at the Cross.
That's cool.
Then I've also supported the Vamps in 2013, and that was a very good gig. I absolutely was mesmerised over that. That was great. So yeah.
And so also in your bio, you've done some work with the BBC, right? The British Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes. It was my local council that actually contacted me and said they wanted a rap artist to do a song about littering, just to raise awareness because no one likes litter in the streets. So it was a song to get out there to raise awareness about littering campaign and everything. So they approached me and I didn't realise, but it got onto BBC and then I got interviewed by the BBC. It was only East Midlands today, so it's only the East Midlands area.
That's still cool. That's still a good achievement.
It's still cool, yeah. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And so was there anything that you took away or you kind of like learned from doing that piece of work?
Well, one of the things that I've learned a lot was I really enjoy working with other people as well. So it opened my eyes to wanting to get more involved in other campaigns. So after that, I did the anti-bullying campaign and Lives Not Knives to raise awareness about anti-knife crime, because unfortunately there is a lot of it in the UK at the moment. And so I worked with the local police actually on that, and we wrote a song featuring another rap artist friend of mine called Lackey C. And we released that song, and hopefully it's doing something. But no, it opened my eyes to wanting to do more meaningful topics such as bullying, knife crime, and things that mean a lot to me. Like there's a lot of wars going off in this world still, so I like to write songs to tackle that, to pretty much say that we need to all stop fighting and hating each other. We need to like learn about respecting and loving each other as humans. So that's what I want to do more about.
So So you touched on it a little bit, but just maybe expand a little bit more
Yeah.
in detail about what's the significance of uh, rapping about
Yeah.
music that means something, and how does that affect the performance, and what does it mean to you personally? Kind of tie it that way.
Well, I don't know. It's just like more for me. So when I perform live, one of the things I love to do is, yes, I like to have my meaningful songs. I like to draw the audience in with my meaningful songs, but I also like to have a party. I'm all about partying as well. So I like to get everyone jumping up and down as much as I can. And interacting with the audience is important as well. So
you're playing a gig, like
yeah,
it's an outdoor, obviously it depends on the type of gig, but yeah, let's say it's an outdoor gig, and let's say you've got a 20-minute set. How many songs can you do in 20 minutes, and what type of tone do you have to your
yeah.
songs? That was something light, and then or do you go?
In 20 minutes, it depends on the type of gig. Because if it's like cafe style where everyone's sitting down, then potentially 6 songs, because I like to talk in between my songs, reason why I wrote it. But if I did a standard 20-minute gig at a festival, it'd probably be about 9 songs. It would be like a medley, and it will all be continuous as one track, and I'll just get everyone going crazy and then just send people on a journey through that 20 minutes as much as I can. So yeah, I like to adapt to the surroundings of what the gig is. And so festivals will be more about upbeat, going crazy, and having a good time.
Hit them with the tone of what's already happened for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then obviously sit down cafe style, it will be more about, introducing the songs and telling why I wrote the song, and probably more turned down songs. So yeah.
So you mentioned a couple of locations. What's the most like unique location you've ever performed in?
I performed at a few. I performed in Norway before as well. Done a gig in Norway because I used to do a lot of work with a mate called Alexandru. So I used to collaborate a lot with a Norwegian mate of mine. That's a tough one. Because every gig is unique in its own way, because you don't know what to expect until you do it, really. But I don't know. That's a really tough one, to be fair. I think the most unique one is Leicester at the Cross. I mean, yes, it was a big audience, but it was more meaningful to what it was about to me, being a Christian myself. So it had a lot more meaning behind it to do a Christian festival. So I think it really reached out to me a lot more.
Nice. And so obviously you're an artist. Do you prefer, and a rapper, so you're not in a band, so do you prefer to write music and perform by yourself, or do you like to do lots of collaboration?
Oh, I love doing collaborations. Absolutely love it, because it's the day and age we're living in now. In the charts, everyone's collaborating with each other, and I have a big thrill of working with another artist, and I especially love when I go down to gigs, just stepping up on stage with a live band and just singing the song with them. I did it recently at a birthday bash. We did a Beastie Boys Fight for Your Rights party, and it was amazing just stepping on stage with a live band. There is more energy behind it, because with a live band, you've got all your members beaming off each other's energy. I mean, you could do it solo. It took me a while, but I got to the stage now where I feel comfortable going on stage on my own. But going on stage with other people, as I say, you're beaming off each other's energy, and it just gives a more unique taste of the live performance.
Well, nice. And so what would you say is the hardest thing about performing?
Is
behind the scenes or on the stage? It could be whatever.
Yeah, the hardest thing about performing is different aspects of that. So some people, it's getting up onto that stage to actually start their performance. For me, it's not necessarily getting up on stage now. It's more to the fact that, let's say, for instance, if the crowd is not feeling it, then you need to try and diverse. Sometimes it's the hardest decision to be like, right, scrap that. I'm not going to do that song next. I'm going to do this. Hopefully, this will make the crowd go a bit more into it. So it's about decision making live on the stage, making the right decision to do the next song.
Mm.
I think that's personally for me.
So you touched on it a little bit. So how hard is it to gauge different audiences and to really sense, do I do this song next? Do I mix up the order? Is the energy wrong? That must be quite challenging, right?
Oh yes, it's definitely really tough because I've had that sort of situation quite a few times before. For instance, when let's say I performed for some elderly people before.
Interesting. Okay.
And I've done some really nice, like my song "Letter to Dad" or do my song "Lives Not Knives." And then I think this one time I actually did do a really upbeat song, and they were like, "Oh, it's too loud, it's too bump." So I think that was a funny decision, really. But no, it just shows that it's also about your target audience to, you know, find out about what the gig that's coming, know your target audience, and then get yourself prepared. I usually prepare all my set list for a live gig 3 or 4 weeks in advance, so I know exactly what I'm doing and be prepared with a backup just in case. So I always do that.
How many backup plans should you have when you go to a gig? For whatever reason, the weather, a change in location, you're expecting it to be big, and now it's a small space. All those sorts of
things. I would say, as a rap artist, because a lot of rappers will have their tracks on a memory stick or a CD. I tend to bring mine on a laptop. I always like to, because obviously on a CD it could skip, not work. Memory stick may not work in their laptop, so I always bring mine.
Depending on file format, yeah.
Yeah. So I always bring my own laptop, and I have a lot of set lists that I've done in previous gigs. I have them ready just in case. It's more of one of those where I will get to a gig early, about 2-3 hours before my set is on due. Then I will look at the audience, see how they're feeling it, and I'll choose the right set list, and I'll just go for it. And I like to also say hello to people and introduce myself, saying, "Oh, I'm performing later on." So I think it's really good and important to engage with your audience and not just be one of those who performs and goes. I think it's good to talk to audience because they're the ones who want to buy your CDs, so you've got to talk to them. So
that's actually cool because I might be wrong, but you don't hear about it regularly about artists like connecting with fans, before the show, and supporting the overall event, apart from just their own individual act too. So that's kind of cool.
I think it's really important because, as you say, how do you build up an audience without interacting? And I think it's the most important thing to do is always interact with them.
And so awesome. And then you do music full time?
I don't actually. This is a big hobby of mine that I hope goes into a full time, or at least part time. It's just something I'm absolutely passionate about, and I put my heart and soul into it. Even I work full time as well, and I work in retail. So around it, I try and do music as much as I can, and they all know at my retail place that how important it is for me. So I tend to get festivals off most of this summer, and it's just my heart and soul, and hopefully one day, you never know, one of my songs may go viral.
I think you're really lucky and fortunate in that sense that you have an employer that recognizes something that you're super passionate about and lets you fulfill that to as much as you possibly can. It's really cool.
It's not all the time they let me off. It's sometimes go, "Oh, sorry, you got to work. Sorry, mate. You've had too many weekends off. Can't have it more off." But no, it's all right. It's
the most part. It's working out.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so, do you have? You can talk generally, but do you have any tactics and strategies or a game plan on how you're gonna try and transition and make it a full-time thing?
One of the things
want to play it, etc., etc.
Yeah,
Totally
one of
get
the
that.
things that I'm doing now is collaborating with other artists is really important. And I think that really helps you to engage with the audience more because you're showing that you have a more collaborative side. And also, one of the things that I'm working on for next year is, well, you're first to hear this. Well, everyone else can hear this, but I'm working on a rock style rap album. I want to get into that Linkin Park style vibe. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing something a bit different out of my context. But it's one of those. If I never make it into 140, I'm happy. I mean, a lot of artists didn't make it till late, like Macklemore. He didn't make it
Yeah.
till mid-30s, I think, or about that sort of time. There's still a bit of a hope,
yeah.
but it's yeah.
It makes you happy, right? And you,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've met some cool people, and that's just
Oh,
as important at the same time, right?
it is. I've met some of my best friends in Norway. I literally call them like family now. My mum and I, we go to Norway every single year near enough. And yeah, I met them through music and they're like my closest
That's
friends.
cool.
So it works.
Now you become friends and now you go visit.
Yeah.
That's just cool in itself because there's only a small percentage of people, if you look at the overall world, that achieve something like that. So that's an achievement in itself.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm really happy with it as well. It's so cool. You can make some amazing friends through music. But as I say, the only way you do that is to talk before a show and after show. You don't just pop up, do your performance, say hi, yeah, and go. I don't think people, personally, for me, appreciate that much. People like to see that you take the time because if it means a lot to you, you would use that time to invest in others, and they'll invest back in you. That's how I think it works.
Do you think that's been a bit of an attitude shift compared to maybe 10, 20 years ago when everybody just showed up and left?
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely the best attitude to have. Is to not just, as I say, not just show up, do your performance, and go. I mean, not all of us are Prince or Eminem and stuff like that. I mean, you got to get to that status. So,
which very few do. So
thanks, man.
Back to being happy and doing what you kind of love.
No, I'm happy.
So you said in your bio that you gave me a long time ago that you liked songwriting and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you write most of your songs?
Every single lyric from the first ever song I've ever written ever has always been 100% me.
That's awesome.
I believe in artistship, doing your own lyrics, and because it will come from, I think, hopefully people appreciate it more when it's your own lyrics. Obviously, there's a lot of ghostwriters out there. Like Drake doesn't write his own songs or most of his songs because he has somebody else to do it for him. Now, I believe, a song is more meaningful when you put your own words on it and it comes from the heart more. So I think it's, 100% I like to write my own lyrics. So.
Because that's kind of, if I'm not wrong, the definition of an artist, like the whole craft and the whole package. Versus if you're a performer, if you're performing something that else has written. So one could argue that Drake is more of a performer than he is artist.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Obviously, he's got a certain level of talent to be able to pull it off, and memory and rhythm. You can't knock those things, but it's the terminology that you use, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's if you look at towards like Eminem, he 100% writes his own lyrics, and he has an art like he's so good at what he does, and obviously he's a lyrical genius. Everyone knows that he's really good. And
lots of people look up to him in the rap world because even when I was in school, I know people. Well, not that necessarily want to be rappers, but when you said rap, they said Eminem, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely for me. I grew up listening to Eminem, Tupac, Biggie, all the good rappers. I mean, nowadays I don't listen to rap music. I'm more into my rock music and everything. Stuff like Linkin Park, Muse, a bit of Bon Jovi and all that. but obviously I still listen to the original rappers like J. Cole, Eminem, and all that lot. I think there is a lot of good rappers out there, but they're not heavily in the mainstream because mainstream's been surrounded by mumble rap, is what the new term is. And I'm not.
What's mumble rap?
You heard the song Gucci Mane or something?
No, I don't know.
The Bad and Bougie, Bad and Bougie.
No, do you want to rap a little bit of it?
Oh no, because it's not a very good song. Oh no. It's mumble rap. It's music of today. It's rap style, but with a lot of auto tune on top, and it just sounds.
Oh, okay. So it's
really
less about the lyrics and it's been mixed heavily. Is that a good?
Yeah, I don't like it. Not a fan. Not a fan.
So what's kind of one festival that you haven't played it that you'd ultimately like to play at?
Everyone will probably answer this as Glastonbury is going to be the one. Glastonbury or Coachella. But obviously, I'm not that big yet, so you never know in the future. But Glastonbury, Coachella, they will be absolutely amazing. Main stage as well.
So you've been doing music and songwriting your entire life?
I started out. I'm 30 now. I started out when I was about 13, 14 back in school. But back then, I was just writing songs in class on pieces of paper. I didn't really start until the age of 21 when I was working on my first album, which, just to let you know, is not very good. It's rubbish, but we all have to start.
I'll start from somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
on that note, I'll interject fast. Like, you should go back and watch Tea with Mike episode 1. It's dark. Carry on, sir.
I do that too. I look back on my old original music and I'm like cringe to myself. I'm like, oh gosh, did I really make that? But no, I've been doing it since the age of 21, and I released my new album last year called ULP, which stands for Unity, Love, Peace, and it's one of my most. I'm just so proud of it. I put my heart into it, and every single song means a lot to me.
Now, right?
Pardon?
It's how people can go listen to it.
Yeah, of course. All my music's on Spotify, iTunes, everything. So
because I'll put the links in afterwards. So give it a little 30-second pitch on why someone should go listen to ULP.
Why they should?
Yeah.
Okay, you should listen to ULP because it's all about unity, love, peace. It would just make you want to respect life more and be out there more, and you know what, love wins all. Just go and check it out. I just don't know what to say. Just check it out, man. It's just
there you go. Yeah. Unity, love, peace. I'll put the link in the bio. Video goes out. Right, and next. What else? You any good at golf?
I was back in my younger days. I make it sound like I'm really old now. When I used to play heavily, I was not too bad. My handicap will be about 20-ish.
It's not bad.
But
at least you've got a handicap.
Yeah. Well, I think it was about 20, but I think now it would be about 30. But I used to study Tiger Woods' swing, and I used to try and really play like him. He's my golf idol, shall I say?
Have you ever been to any golf tournaments?
Yes, I went to the British Open, actually, not the Open, but the British Open, and I saw Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter, and Colin Montgomery. I was following their group, and I was mesmerised by, wow, these guys can hit it far.
Yes.
In comparison, when I'm trying to get to 220 yards from a driver and 300, just, oh dear.
And I'm sure you appreciate the game a lot more in person versus on the TV.
Oh yeah.
Could you see all the thought that goes into each stroke more if you're following a specific group and their emotions. Yes to that caddy. So
yeah, definitely.
See on TV because they're all flicking all over the place.
Well, yeah, they have to cover the whole field of 18 holes, and at one time there would be about 40 groups out there, so they have to keep flashing back. And so imagine how many cameras are out on the field.
But must be really challenging to decide like where to go next in golf.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
that's why there's always a delay, I bet, on TV, like a 5 minute live delay, because obviously they won't be able to do it live because they'll be like, where do we go? Where do we go?
That's very true, actually. You don't really think about it. You just think you're watching the latest.
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic.
Nice, dude. Is there anything you want to kind of add or close with for the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, so yeah, guys, if you want to check out my music, just go out there and just go on Spotify, and it's Jonezy, Jonezi. Follow my YouTube, Jonezy Music, Facebook, Jonezy Music UK. Also follow Tea with Mike as well, because this guy's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
You know, he should take over Jimmy Fallon or something at some point.
That would be fun. Nice, man. I think we'll end it here. It's a good place to end it. Obviously, send me all your links and I'll put them all below. And
just drink my cup of water.
See, he fooled you all thinking he was drinking tea.
I drink coffee way too much.
And what is your favorite tea to end the episode this time?
I do like tea. I don't like all these standard teas like PG tips, but I do like herbal teas. The ones that have the really nice like lemon flavors and all that. I really like those. Especially when I've had colds before. Herbal teas are amazing to get rid of colds. So I'm always having herbal teas when I've got a cold. I don't have a particular favourite, but I just like them. Because it's got flavour.
So the tea's got flavour. This episode had energy and flavour. Thanks for watching Tea with Mike, episode 37. Thanks, Jonathan, for being on the show.
No worries. Thank you so much, man.